I've lived a long life, seen many things, and now it's time to share my story.
The best way to guarantee a loss is to quit. These were my words once, but they weren't born from wisdom alone. They came from 1,000 moments when I almost gave up, when I was broke, invisible, and told I was too late to start. You see, people think failure is the opposite of success, but it's not. Failure is the path, the dirt road that every great life must walk through before it becomes a story worth telling. There comes a time in every person's life when the world seems too heavy to carry. Maybe that's you right now, tired, confused, watching others win while you stand still. But I'm here to tell you this. You're not standing still. You're being shaped. The waiting, the rejection, the disappointment, they are the tools life uses to sculpt your character. And if you don't give up, one day you'll look back and realize the pain was never punishment. It was preparation. When I was young, I didn't get my first real acting break until I was in my 50s. Think about that. Half a century before the world even knew my name. People told me I'd missed my time, that my window had closed. But I never stopped. I kept knocking. And the thing about doors is, if you knock long enough, one will open. But most people stop before the final knock. They give up one try before destiny opens the door. And they spend the rest of their lives wondering, what if I had tried one more time? Failure isn't the end of your story. It's the introduction. It's the opening chapter that makes your victory believable. Because if success came easy, no one would remember your name. Do you think Nelson Mandela would be remembered if he hadn't spent 27 years in prison? Do you think Oprah would have inspired millions if she hadn't been told she wasn't fit for TV? Do you think I'd be speaking to you now if I'd listened to the people who told me to stop dreaming? Number. Because every person who ever left a mark on this earth had one thing in common. They refused to let failure define them. There's a voice in your head that says, "You're not good enough," and another that whispers, "What if you are?" The problem is, most people listen to the wrong voice. The truth is, you don't need to have it all figured out. You just need the courage to take one more step when everyone else has stopped. We live in a generation that wants everything now, instant validation, instant fame, instant success. But real strength is slow. It grows quietly in the background when no one's watching. It's the nights you cry, but still get up the next morning. It's the years of effort no one claps for, until suddenly they do. Let me tell you something I've learned. Your story matters, even the broken parts, especially the broken parts, because that's where empathy is born. That's where your purpose begins to speak. The world doesn't need perfect people. It needs honest souls who've fallen and still choose to rise. Sometimes life won't give you what you want, not because you don't deserve it, but because it's training you for something greater than you can imagine. Every closed door is teaching you persistence. Every heartbreak is teaching you empathy. Every delay is building your strength. You think the delay is a curse, but it's actually divine timing. People often say, "Morgan, how did you keep going?" And I tell them, I never chase success. I chase meaning. Because when you chase meaning, success follows quietly behind. You don't have to be the loudest. You don't have to have the most followers or the fanciest life. Just be real. Be someone the world can trust. Be someone who keeps going when others stop. That's strength. That's success. Listen closely. There is no failure, only feedback. Life doesn't say no, it says not yet. And when it finally says yes, you'll realize that every setback was setting you up. The people who laugh at you now will one day ask you how you did it. The world that ignored you will one day quote you. But it only happens if you don't stop. So if you're watching this and you're tired, breathe. If you're lost, keep walking. If you've failed, get up again. Because one day, this pain will turn into power. One day, these scars will become your strength. And when you finally arrive where you were meant to be, you'll understand why life made you wait. Don't be afraid of failure. Be afraid of being exactly the same person next year. That's how you honor the life you've been given. Not by avoiding the fall, but by standing back up with purpose. Remember this, you are not behind. You are being built. And the moment you stop comparing your path to others, you'll see that your timing has always been perfect. Keep walking, keep believing, because one day your story will save someone else. If this voice spoke to your heart, subscribe to the Insightful Way TV, where words heal and every story reminds you, you still have time.